guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, I got absolutely clowned on in my videos that I posted maybe yesterday because I was bouncing a lot in them, and I just want to say that I take accountability and I very much so apologize. It's just I'm sitting on this guest bed that's super bouncy. A lot of people literally thought I was filming my videos on an exercise ball. No, I am just a person that struggles to sit down and have one train of thought and sit at at peace and still. So I'm sorry about that. I'm going to go out of my way to try not do that in this video, so I'm going to actually sit in a way that restricts me from doing that. So I'm currently sitting in that way. So sorry. Hello and welcome to today's video. So if I bounce a little bit, let me, please. We're gonna be talking about Gabbie Hanna. Gabbie is going batshit crazy right now online at a smaller creator, and it's such a messy timeline and story of what's going on, and I was a bit confused, and Gabbie was just erupting on Twitter, Gabbie I hate drama Hanna, on Instagram story, like a 7-minute rant all about like one creator, and like not the most well-known creator, no shade intended, because like that applies to me as well, no shade intended. And it was just like really weird. And this is the same person who's been telling us that, you know, whenever you speak out against her on a public platform, you know, you're starting a hate campaign against her. And so she has no problem doing it to other people, Gabbie Hanna. So we're just gonna get into it because there is quite a lot to go through here. Please make sure you're subscribed to this YouTube channel and my second one, which is below. Like always, we know this shit. So Gabbie Hanna initially started with a couple tweets, then we get more like invested into one creator. She said, I frankly don't give a F anymore. I think it's really lame that a bunch of non-creative, insecure, neurotypical people dragged my poetry for months for views on YouTube and TikTok instead of creating their own art. Now, we made fun of Gabbie Hanna's book on this channel. We made fun of Gabbie Hanna's music on this channel. You know what we also did? We also appreciated ones that I thought was good. So I do just want to open up the conversation that Gabbie comes after one creator in particular here, but I mean, come after all of us, come after me as well. Like, I made fun of your poetry because I think it's shit. I don't think it's good. Your music, I've made fun of that too, but I actually think some of your music is very good. We can have creative differences, and Gabbie, you getting called out for someone not liking your poetry, in the long run, whether you want to admit it, will actually make you a better poet, make you a better musician. So, she's saying that people who do this and make fun of her, you know, stuff, are just non-creative, insecure people, not people who want to give constructive criticism or just make YouTube videos talking about it because it's funny. Then she goes on, I still can't believe I wrote a funny, engaging, thematic poetry book about S.A., mortality, childhood A, mental illness, and S, intention, so S-U-I-C-I-D-A-L, thoughts. As my first release, and all the people cared to share was link in my bio and family is relative. So she's basically saying that she made all of these really deep poems. I mean, I've not properly read these poems, so I can't really say if it's necessarily deep, but Gabbie's saying that people focused on the really bad poems in her book, the ones that were like, time is relative, family is relative. Like these really, if you're going to release a book, in my opinion, you may disagree. All of it is open to be commented on. If people wanted to comment on the really, really, really bad ones, on really almost topics that we weren't able to like understand, this family is relative one and stuff like that, and not particularly focus on ones about mental illness and struggling, that's because it's all under one book. If someone buys the book, they can comment on whatever ones they want to. I don't know, this just seems really... The internet is full of a bunch of unempathetic, manipulative, money-hungry losers. I'm done letting myself feel bad about that. And again, showing the poetry, it just feels like... And again, it feels super weird because my relationship with Gabbie Hanna is... I've made fun of Gabbie a lot. And I've also been very nice to Gabbie. I've made many videos in her support, even drama videos in her support. And it's just so hard to respect a lot of the things that Gabbie says whenever it's like, she gets involved in drama after saying that she won't get involved in drama for the main concept in the end, which is obviously promoting her poetry here. You know, I think that art can speak for itself, and not necessarily your poems, but a lot of your music, Gabbie. I gave it a chance and I really enjoyed it, and I know a lot of the besties did. It doesn't necessarily always have to revolve around drama, especially when you're going to preach to us how much you hate it and how anyone who involves in that is like egotistical and money hungry and whatever. Like, so then goes on to say, I also just want to say that Rachel Oatmeal took the time to write a book from the perspective of a dog, since I wrote mine from the perspective of an ABUSED child. To mock me, yet she's still too much of a coward to release under her own name. What a loser. Now, I don't know who Rachel Oatmeal is, but we're going to see if this is the creator that she is speaking out against. So here we have this. It goes Dogolescence, so obviously a book making fun of adolescents. Poems by Kyra the Staffy. And then we have this. It looks exactly like how Gabbie's one did. Then someone said, what's her at? I want to talk. Gabbie said she deleted her Twitter when people started calling her out for her ABUSIVE, manipulative, relentless abuse. I censored saying abuse in one sentence and didn't say the other. Towards me, you know, like a cowardly loser. Then someone said, do you mean you would try to use your platform to send hate to her? Because that's stupid AF. Then she said, what kind of monster would do something like that? I'm making fun of the fact that this Rachel Oates has made videos like Gabbie Hanna disappoints me, Gabbie Hanna finally responds. Basically all of these books, or all of these YouTube videos about Gabbie's poetry. Gabbie, if you release something and someone buys it, they're allowed to comment on it. Even if they don't, they're allowed to give feedback. They're allowed to make videos on it. I don't understand. Okay, this argument about releasing a book making fun of your poetry, again, as time goes on, I really do see that you really do value your art, and I'm sorry that someone did that. And that's awful. You're now using your platform to attack her because you have this huge power imbalance because you're now attacking a smaller channel knowing that they're going to get hate. So you're also feeding into the narrative of hate. And you're saying that what kind of monster would do something like that? As in someone making videos making fun of your poetry? People are allowed to make fun of your poetry. People are allowed to love your poetry. Gabbie, just because you think of yourself and you are an artist in whatever way that is, doesn't mean that people can't not like it, make fun of it, whatever. You've been doing YouTube for a long time, and this is an ongoing theme that I don't know why we keep having to talk about. But alas, it goes on and goes on and goes on. So Gabbie shared the screenshots of obviously these videos from Rachel Oates. Gabbie Hanna's lazy poetry. I don't think that's wrong to make a video on. Gabbie Hanna disappoints me again about the poetry. Gabbie Hanna finally responds to the poetry. Gabbie Hanna poetry. Gabbie Hanna's poetry is bad. Gabbie Hanna sent me her new poetry book. So these are all just videos about Gabbie Hanna's poetry. And now this one, my dog is a better poet than Gabbie Hanna. Now, I have not read this book that's making fun of Gabbie's poetry book. I don't agree with it. But in the retrospective of a channel making videos, talking about, making fun of, giving criticism, feedback on your poetry, they're allowed to do that, Gabbie, and I'm not on your side in that argument. So here we go on. Gabbie said, "'Cause no one cares about her unless she's talking about me." And then Rachel Oates, "Get ready with me in chat," and has 4K views. Now, Gabbie, you're now feeding into this, and you're making a set of tweets belittling this creator, making fun of them for not getting views unless they talk about you, which doesn't that just inspire people to make more videos about you because it gets lots of views? But also, Gabbie, I'm gonna be shady here. Let's not act like you had to ditch your main channel and make a second channel that you've been pushing so hard and yet can barely reach 100,000 subscribers on. Now, Gabbie, I don't like making fun of you or dragging you in that retrospect, but I can. I'm allowed to. You've been pushing this second channel that you have, which I like. I enjoy the second channel for so long now, and you can't even scrape. You have millions upon millions of subscribers, and not even 100K of them are interested to subscribe to that channel. So let's not make fun of other people's views or other people's popularity whenever yours isn't even shining through anymore. Now, Gabbie, that's probably the most shady I'm going to be towards you in this video. Do I mean that to sting? Yes. Because it's a wake-up call whenever you've made so many poems about not caring about views, about the fact that views don't categorize you, don't embody what you are as a person, but yet the one weaponizing thing that you use here is that someone else gets less views than you. And how dare you come after a small YouTube channel like that? I don't want to hear another fucking breakdown from you about hate campaigns against you and people making tweets against you and like bigger creators speaking out against you, because it's what you love to do to other people, Gabbie. Besties, are we aware of how many times I've gone out of my damn way to defend this woman? How many... And every time I'm now getting all these tweets from people being like, okay, Adam, you went out of your way to defend Gabbie, now look at what she's doing. And I'm like, Gabbie said, this is the part she chose to defend. Okay guys, my apologies, she did co-write the book mocking my art about my trauma with her dog. I thought her dog wrote it. And then we see this, it says, it's co-written by Kyra, a video showing how she picked out the words, it was cute, my name is attached, I'm not a coward, this person defending that they made a book about that. Then we go, it's just so messy. Now we have Gabbie tweeting, narcissistic abuse is when someone harasses you endlessly and when you finally stand up for yourself, they tell you you're having a breakdown. You, Miss Oates, are really a monster. Gabbie really loves that word. Looks like you can't handle criticism. The hypocrisy is like deafening. So then we have Rachel Oates, who I still don't know who this person is. And someone tweeted that to Gabbie, and Gabbie was like, that's the point, we don't know who this person is. No, we just like it shows that you're going out of your way to attack someone who's a lot less. The person said, leave me out of your attention-seeking games and go get some help, please. Clearly you're having some sort of breakdown again, and I understand, I've been there too, but this won't help. Please just go speak to family or friends and calm down. Now we have the set of videos that Gabbie had posted to her Instagram story about Rachel Oates, and in each of these, she has tagged Rachel. I have not watched these. I know that Angelica texted me that this was a whole series of things, and I wanted to wait for the videos to film it. So let's just get into it. Oh my God.
Rachel is trying to deny the reason she deleted Twitter, so I actually want to let you know what happened. So we have a mutual friend who messaged her outside of me. I literally did not talk to him at all. He saw that she was doing, and he messaged her and he said, have some compassion. You've been the center of hate campaigns online. Leave this girl alone. Like, you're just bullying. And then she started a Twitter campaign trying to say that I manipulated her friend into defending me. That's how narcissistic and abusive this is and how much she cannot accept any type of criticism, which is hilarious.
This person cannot handle criticism. Gabbie Hanna just said that.
Because she really thinks that I can't accept criticism when the first...
Yeah, guys. This person thinks Gabbie can't handle criticism. Isn't that a crazy concept?
Time her friend confronted her about her shitty toxic behavior, she blamed me, the permanent scapegoat of the fucking internet, and then stopped talking to her friend.
I
Face
try
yourself,
so hard.
Bitch. Like, that's crazy to me. And you know why she hasn't critiqued my work in months? Because the last couple times she did it, she started getting overwhelming hate from people both on the internet and in her real life. Because people started to see through it. They were like, why are you still going at this girl? Like, relentlessly. She can't fucking stop. And it's because when she talks about
Gabbie, it's a poetry book. It's
me, she gets hundreds of thousands to millions of views. And then she...
Okay, Gabbie, if you think that you're the reason for this, maybe it's this person's criticism or commentary on your poems. Because Gabbie, on your second channel, your new channel, you're not even pulling in millions of views. Hundreds of thousands of views. Damn, ma. Let's lower our egos a bit. Come on. Come at me too. Lower our egos a bit. We can...
post a little makeup get ready with me and it gets 4,000. That's why she cares about my art. She's not a fuck...
Let me just pull something up real quick. Real quick. My besties. This is unbelievable to me. Let me type in Gabbie Hanna music. Gabbie Hanna's second YouTube channel, 93,000 subscribers. She's been promoting this channel for months on end to her channel, which has 5.7 million subscribers, and not even 100,000 of them, she can't even get the YouTube plaque, have subscribed to this YouTube channel that she promotes on her main channel all the time. Gabbie, again, I don't mean this to use this against you, but I'm going to use it against you. Your views on here, some of these videos that you're posting are getting 18,000 views. Some of them are getting 89,000 views. Your one with Trisha Paytas, 700,000, and still not 100,000 subscribers. Gabbie, let's not weaponize views, because some of these videos that you have extremely low views and are on the level of my YouTube channel. I can't believe we're now at a stage where we're just allowing these big YouTubers to weaponize, oh, you get less views whenever you don't talk about me. Great, Gabbie, because you're now going to set it up so everyone talks about you, because everyone gets views when they talk about Gabbie. Woo! Gabbie, most of my videos about you underperform. Gabbie, if you're not pulling in the amount of views this person is talking about you, maybe they're there for their commentary on you. I really don't like being negative towards Gabbie Hanna, because there is an unbearable amount of hate against Gabbie online already. And I've really gone out of my way to be positive about Gabbie, so much so that it's gotten me backlash. But when you start weaponizing shit like this whenever you're preaching to your little Gabbie Hanna-inators that views and stuff don't matter, we're...
artist. I don't care about her fucking opinion because she has no accomplishments in art or has proven to me that she's actually intellectual enough to understand.
Okay, guys, Gabbie Hanna is saying that someone who isn't able to publish a poetry book because they already have a built-in YouTube following, that, you know, it's almost a guarantee that it will sell and publishing companies will allow her to print one because she's a verified YouTuber. Because Gabbie Hanna can print a poetry book, that means Gabbie's an artist. Anyone who hasn't yet, because they don't have that following yet, isn't an artist. Anyone's an artist. Any and everyone can be an artist. Let's not use the argument of having materialistic accomplishments, Gabbie, because don't you write poems about not having them? Gabbie, don't make me pull out that damn poetry book and call out the hypocrisies here. You have poems about being upset about things that people do, that what you're doing right now, and I cannot believe it.
I accept my criticism from talented, smart people, not abusive, toxic, exploitative bullies on YouTube.
That's the first one, and of course there's a second one.
Rachel, instead of hopping in my DMs trying to bully and gaslight me from your own abuse, you could just...
Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss, Gabbie Hanna. Like,
apologize. I know that if I did anything like this, I would be called manipulative, sociopathic, narcissistic, attention hungry,
don't worry,
money hungry.
we are.
But that is who you are. What you did was bully and harass me for months. And then when you got called out of it, got super defensive. Like, you literally just ran away and blocked me.
I really am like trying to hear her out here. I'm not gonna roll my eyes, I'm not gonna, I want to hear what she has to say.
Instead of looking at your own criticism. You can't take criticism towards yourself at all. I've still never blocked you after all of the harassment. You can't stand even the tiniest ounce of criticism. You're a fucking monster. You're a bitch. Narcissistic abuses, when somebody hurts you over and over and over again over a prolonged period of time, and then whenever you finally stand up for yourself, they say you're having a breakdown. Where the real narcissism comes in is she says, I'm talking about her for attention. You mean miss 4K views on your fucking makeup tutorial?
Okay, I don't mean to pull a Trisha Paytas here, but I'm actually going to post on my Instagram story while I'm filming right here. I have a thought. I have a thought. Hi, besties. I'm currently filming a YouTube video, as you can see right here. And it's about Gabbie Hanna. And Gabbie Hanna is weaponizing that someone who is criticizing her gets 4,000 views on videos that aren't about Gabbie Hanna. This is the same woman, grown-ass woman, who has made poetry about, you know, if you don't get views, you're still beautiful. If you're not popular, you're still beautiful. You're still worth it. This is the same goddamn woman who pushes the agenda that views do not define you and all this bullshit. Now we have her. You can see it in my video that I'm going to post later, but it's now weaponizing that you don't get views unless you talk about me. But guys, if you read her poetry book, you know, views don't define you. Fucking narcissistic LA people. I'm over it. Sorry. I just wanted to post that on my story as well because, like, I can't get over it. Like,
Missed 4K views on your commentary piece a week ago? Yeah, I just checked. I'm talking about you for attention. You talk about me, you get millions. I talk about you, I get...
Gabbie, you talk about anything and you're barely reaching views on your second channel, which is now your main channel. Like, this is upsetting, Gabbie. I hope you can take this in the best way possible. It's upsetting from someone who started to really like you because you were pushing the narrative that you didn't care about views anymore and you were in this because you love it. I'm now seeing you push the agenda that views matter, popularity matters, and I'm really not only angry at you, disappointed in you, and completely rethinking how I've been thinking about you the past couple months, and it's really disappointing, and really, I'm sure you don't give a shit on this as well, because my name makes you lots of money. That's a quote from one of her songs. But Gabbie, like, if you can't take at least some sort of thing from this video, please take it that it's extremely disheartening whenever I really started to warm up to you because I really was believing what you were pushing. I'm now seeing that you didn't mean that.
Still millions, but not because of you. The fact that she said attention-seeking...
Gabbie said, when I talk about you, I get millions, but not because of you. Do you want me to pull up your views, Gabbie? But I'm sure they don't matter to you because, you know, views don't define you, but they define everyone else. Yeah? Right.
As if I've ever responded to her before. This is my first time responding to Rachel Oates. So what are my games? Is this a game, or am I just standing up for myself against the people who...
The vocal frat.
Harassed, exploited,
Vocal
and
frat.
profited off of me for almost a year? What is it, you manipulative, narcissistic bitch? Problem is, and this is where narcissistic abuse happens, is people think that they can say whatever they want about me and that I can't respond. I'm allowed to respond when I want.
Gabbie, respond to this. Do views matter? Do views define me? Do views define you? Please, respond to this video. Please. Set an example. Do views define? Do they not? Does popularity define? Do you care if your book sells? Do you not care if your book sells? Are you an artist either way? Are you an artist if you didn't have a book deal? Come on then. Let me know. You pick and choose when you want to respond, so pick this one. Or do you want me to be more aggressive towards you, then will you respond?
It took me a long time to heal and get better because there were mountains of happening to me from all directions at all times, and I couldn't go up against all of it. But right now, this morning, as people are tweeting about this shit, and it made me think about it, and it made me want to defend myself, I'm gonna defend myself. And you don't get to tell me I'm starting drama for finally responding to the months, the multiple videos, the millions of views, the tweets, the Instagram posts, the fact that you made a book.
Okay, so on to the next one. I've actually been recording for so long that I'm gonna need to stop recording and restart recording, so give me a second. And I'm back again. Hello.
Friend and I, you went on Twitter accusing me of manipulating friend into standing up against you. What else? Instagram posts, tweets. You're a manipulative bitch and I'm done dealing with it. Now, I was waiting for you to slow down so I could respond to everything at once when I was mentally strong. That doesn't mean I am having a breakdown. That actually means I'm finally healthy. You fucking sick, twisted bitch. I was done opening my mouth as long as she shut her fucking mouth, and she can't, which is funny because she doesn't want me to respond, and she literally can't help herself from responding even though she's wrong. Anyways, for those of you who don't know, basically what happened was I published a book that was about sexual abuse, childhood trauma, suicidal ideation, mental illness, mortality, amongst other things. It came out, it did great, it was a New York Times bestseller, it sold consistently $40,000 net, or I'm sorry, gross, every single month for years. And then it was just doing really well. And then as soon as it was trendy to hate me because some person started some random fucking lies about me that nobody cared to look into because...
Oh my god, okay. Okay, and then there's not even a follow-up video to that. Or, you know what, I'm going through the thread that Dennis has on Twitter here, and he hasn't even continued it, like that video. And you know what, Dennis? Probably for the best. Thank you so much. I don't need to hear anymore. Gabbie has responded then on Instagram said, by the way, I didn't delete anything, but some of my stories did disappear when I blocked Gabbie. That's on IG. Oh, sorry, so this is Rachel saying this, and then Gabbie responding. I stand by every assessment I made of her writing, and I stand by the fact that she's acting like a child, bringing this up out of nowhere. But I also stand by the fact that I said I think she's not having some kind of breakdown again. Not that this is a bad thing, but it's a thing that she needs to address. Like I said, I understand it. I've been there. On one hand, I hope Gabbie gets help and support from her friends and family. On the other hand, it's not my responsibility to offer that. That's all I'll say. I'm getting back to life now. Then Gabbie said, what a toxic, manipulative, ugly person. I can say that because she's ugly on the inside. Then Gabbie finally put up, still can't believe she harassed me and mocked my trauma relentlessly, then tried to start problems in my personal life, then blocked me, then accused me of having a breakdown for holding her accountable. What a narcissistic bitch. Oh, there's more tweets, more tweets. I'm over being everyone's scapegoat. Someone reached out to her without my knowledge to tell her to consider backing off. Her critique was just cruelty. She accused me publicly of manipulating him against her because she couldn't handle an ounce of constructive criticism. Check my Instagram story for more context. It's more than just critique. She also meddles, tries to cause drama in my personal life. Her friend tried to call her out and she blamed me and stopped talking to him for defending me. Her obsession with me is fucked. By the way, calling someone attention-seeking for standing up to abuse is also very abusive. You don't get to tell people when they're able to defend themselves. There's no, limitations on self-respect. By the way, she stopped talking to her friend after that, the one that tried to kindly and honestly hold her accountable. I can't believe I allowed this type of abuse from strangers because I was too afraid to dare stand up for myself against the internet. My God. That was a fun little performance, wasn't it? I genuinely have no other comments. I have no other comments than what I said in this video. Like, normally I am my videos and I have like a lot to say. Honestly, I'm so overwhelmed that I'm just going to end the video. I feel like I've been sitting down here for like 2 hours. I feel like this was a podcast. Dear Lord. Bye.